Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois and welcome back to Enigmatica to Expert Mode. In the last episode, we started with some magical stuff. We did a little bit of work with Astral Sorcery, and we started getting into Thaumcraft, but Thaumcraft has changed a lot since the last time I played with it, so it's gonna be different. As you can see, I really haven't done much at the base. I did find the cave and I lit up that more underneath our base because the blizz was kind of driving me insane. And yeah, that's all I got to say. So I did a little bit of reading with the Thermonomicon and I kind of understand what we're going to be doing. One of the first things we do need to do is we need to get a thermometer. And it looks like we can actually make it. Cool. So that is not only a quest, so I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to make that or not, but also first steps. We need to do observations fundamentals with some research. So we got to do research table stuff, and something else that I'd like to do, if possible, is find some more squids and kill them. Because we're going to need a good amount of ink for all of this, but yeah, unfortunately squids don't like to spawn all the time. There's also a lot of things that I'm trying to avoid exploration too much because there's a lot of really nasty things out in the world. Dragons and mermaids and other just awful creatures. So we're just going to kill a couple squids because we'll need this for our scribing tools. When the scribing tools eventually run out. So much ink do we have? 5. Let's get like a little bit more. But yeah, there are gonna be bad creatures basically everywhere if we're not careful. So don't want to mess with most of them. Anyways, that should be enough for now. We have what, like 8? Yeah, that'll be good. Let's eat our taco. And we'll have plenty of cherries soon enough that we can do things with. But we made the thermometer, which is really cool. And inventory scanning is available, so we can scan stuff like the Thermonomicon. Now, I don't know how this is going to work, and I'll be honest, it's going to take me a little bit to figure Thaumcraft out again. I used to know it because, well, I messed with it a lot over the years, and I like Thaumcraft. It's a really cool mod. But at this point, there is going to be a lot of questions. So it'd be nice if I could like keep ink sacs in there, but yeah, we need to get observations fundamentals. We can also scan stuff like, you know, that. And that. And scan all the different crystals. Cool. Yeah, that's all there is to it. So, from my understanding, what we need to do is wait a little bit to sleep. We need to do this theory crafting, and we can get more stuff if we make bookshelves, which I don't know. I don't know how easy that would be at this point. What is that? Oh, ironwood. Right. I don't know like how much leather and books in general we have. We have a few number of books, don't we? Somewhere. Might still be at the old base. Anyways, time to sleep. There is a mob that spawned. I do want to go check if it is a skeleton or a zombie or something. We can do some cool things. Maybe get some armor. But I don't know what it is. We'll see in a second. It is a skeleton. Cool. And we got some new armor. We got some flux infused leggings. That's pretty good. We can charge those up and get really good leggings. The higher the charge, the better off we'll be. We can scan a lot of things. Sticks. We can just scan everything in our inventory and get really interesting noises. And maybe some new stuff. Who knows? Alright. Can I, like, scan myself? I can. That was interesting. I wondered if I could do that. The scan seems to be much faster in this version of Thaumcraft, as well as much different sounding. It's kind of spookier almost. Anyways, let's go ahead. I'm just going to dump all this stuff in there. And, okay, back to the theory crafting. So, we can create a theory, and we'll have a bunch of things. Experimentation. You perform some random experiments to see if something can be discovered. Gain 15 to 30 progress randomly. Okay. And we have celestial studies or rethink. Okay. Take some of your notes. Compare them for possible correlations. And it looks like there's some other things. Let's rethink. So we get another draw. We can ponder. We can be inspired. You gain 18 fundamentals. Carefully consider all that you've learned so far. So this is a much different minigame than the other thing we had before with the research table. It's a much different thing. Kind of more strategic. Let's go with some celestial studies. That I can't do. Okay. Do that, and we can do another draw. Let's rethink. Let's rethink. Ponder. Reject fundamental findings. Let's rethink a little bit. And I don't know why I can't choose the celestial studies. I guess I don't know. Do some experimentation. We get some artifice as well. Reject artifice. Rethink. Rethink. 37 fundamentals. What do we want to do? Can we get rid of... Let's get inspired. We can rethink. And ponder. Complete theory. So we have a new theory. I think. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how this is working. So I kind of get this a little bit. Oh, it looks like in order to... Right. In order to do the celestial studies things, we needed to have actual pieces of paper. So we can complete that one. So a few minor tweaks to my thermometer should enable me to take measurements from objects in the sky. I should remember to carry some paper and scribing tools with me so I can take notes. Okay. So now we can do celestial stuff. So if we look at the sky, where's the sun at? It's up there. Nothing new can be learned from that. All right. But we can go ahead and get some signs and torches and all sorts of things. We can scan a lot of things. And it looks like things that we haven't scanned before that are useful. Sparkle. which is interesting. And that was a lot of things. Did it just scan everything in here? It did. That is really convenient. And we have research on plants. Oh my gosh, that's very loud. Apologies for that. But we can just scan all of this stuff. And it's going to do a lot of research. This one will also be a really good chest to do because that's all of our Thaumcraft stuff. Alright, cool. That was interesting. Let's look at our Thermonomicon. There is some new stuff. We have ores, so Cinnabars. Cinnabar is the only one we have currently. And we can do more observations. That's our knowledge totals, I guess. There's a lot of things I'm not entirely sure, but cool. We have this, and we can read it more. Aspects of Essentia. We can see all of the combinations, which a lot of those look pretty much the same as they always did. Salus Mundus, Arcane Stone. We can now start making that. Arcane Stone bricks. Yeah, a lot of things. So, real quick, before we do anything else, I want to go look at some water and learn a little bit about water. Okay, and just kind of scan whatever we can. We have plants, great wood, and silverwood, which are cool things. Alright, cool. So first steps, keeping a log of all the types of Essentia I discover. A bookmark on the left should, yeah, share all that. So we should have most of the Essentia, just because I have a lot of items that we're storing. You know what? Let's turn back to the old base for a moment and scan more things. I also want to try to scan not only the nether portal, but also some animals. There's a cow over here. So we learned something new about that cow. Now there is also a bar in the upper left corner, which I believe is going to be something related to V, which is how you pronounce that, V-I-S. I believe it's just pronounced V or Vis. I think it's acceptable to say Vis, but I believe it's just referred to as V. Anyways, we have some cactuses, which we probably already had. We can scan all of these guys. Plenty of things. I can't see the lava, so let's get rid of that. Scan the lava. Alright, can get that. Nothing from that. We'll get the nether portal on the way back. Bunch of things there. Lots of observations. Lots of things. Cool. The last thing I want to look at is, do we have any, like, books? Whoops. We have some book and quills. And we have all of this stuff researched. So, that's really cool. I like that it can just kind of automatically. Yeah, so we have a few books. That's going to be useful. We're going to take the enchantment table over with us as well. And learn something new. It kind of the whole point of this is just going to be scan literally everything we can find. Obsidian. Okay, nothing with the portal. Alright, so let's head back to the base. We scanned a lot of things. Let's scan a squid. We learned some stuff about a squid. And relatively soon, we should see the moon. And I want to scan that too. Because I think that is going to give us some research paper. Some celestial stuff that is going to be important. That we can use for more research and theory crafting. So this is kind of weird, and I'm not 100% understanding everything, but at the same time, it's working pretty well for the time being. Put that there. Alright, so as soon as the moon comes up, hey, we got celestial notes. New. Already studied that today, so I guess you can only study it once per day. Hopper. Okay. Let's go ahead and sleep. And it might not be a bad idea to try to study the moon every night. I don't know how useful that's going to be, but it probably wouldn't hurt. So let's go ahead and just put that in there. And I know that if we get a bookshelf, that helps with the theory stuff because of reasons. The lore is that it has like our notes and stuff, our research. I don't know if we want that kind of bookshelf, but we can get a normal one too. So we'll put a bookshelf there and there. I don't know if it makes a difference. Cool. So we have, yeah, let's get rid of you. We have plenty of stuff. I don't like that I can't shift click the papers in here. Create theory. I don't know what that all is about. Why is it giving me options with stuff? Theory crafting. Research aids. Alright. So for example, the bookshelf grants the balanced research option and 2 chances at the notation research option that can only be gained when you use the bookshelf. So there's a lot of things we can use as research aids, but not entirely sure what all. So let's try you help with the enchanting table. So discovering alchemy. We need to discover alchemy. It looks like we already have. So recent discoveries have given me new insight into how the world was put together. I think I might know a way to transform matter by altering its sentia. Alright, so the cauldron is the right shape and size, but what is it effectively? A big metal bowl will never be able to hold the magical energies I wish to manipulate. Once again, applying some Salus Mundus to a cauldron should resolve my problems. So we need to get a cauldron. Rather a crucible is what we need. And that means we need a cauldron and some Salus Mundus. Luckily, I believe we already have the Salus Mundus. We just need iron plates or aluminum plates. Okay, I think we can handle that. Would be nice if we already had the plates. And we do. Cool. So it is nice. So there is a cauldron. Let's go ahead and place that down. We can scan it, because why not? And we can slather it with Salus Mundus. And it turns into a crucible, which we can then scan as well. And I believe having one of these was also a quest. We'll get to the quests soon enough, where there's going to be a couple that we can do. But getting the Crucible is kind of important for continuing on. And I'm realizing with the Crucible, we're probably going to want to put Thaumcraft in the basement because fire. Although, actually no. We should be fine once we can get Nitor, which is what we ironically need. So, let's take a look at the Thermonomicon. And so we have the Cauldron. Discovered my Crucible. Now I need to do something. Now I need something to experiment with, and I have happened to the perfect thing. I've spent many late nights studying thaumaturgy, and flickering torchlight is not the best thing to read by. Steady magical light is now what I need. Glowstone is a steady source of light, but requires large handfuls of it for a light source, and it lacks style. So this is teaching us how to make Nitor. So we need Ignis, Lux, and Potentia. So Crucible needs to be placed over a heat source and filled with water. Once the water boils, you can start adding things needed. So a small core of energized glowstone will empower with energy. Fire and light should burn forever. It should be naturally buoyant, allowing it to be placed wherever I choose, even floating in midair. Simply need to find objects with the required essentia and throw them in a crucible. Crucible renders them down to the essentia, and then you might not have the exact combination, but as long as there's enough of everything, it's fine. And then throw the catalyst, aka the glowstone. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get our first little bit of Nitor, and to do that we're gonna need some glowstone. Now we're gonna need for Nitor, which is all right here. There's a bunch of different colors of Nitor, and I think actual Nitor is going to be on another page, maybe? No? Alright, so what is actual Nitor? Yellow. Okay. So it's not going to show me how to make it in this, but we need what? 10 Potentia, 10 Lux, 10 Ignis. Now, usually coal has Ignis, and so that is Ignis and fire, or Potentia and fire. So we just need Lux, and we could use glowstone actually. If I don't know that we can see the... Okay, we can see the different essentias, and can we search them? Aspects from item stacks. Cool. So there is a lot of things that have Lux. We need something that has like 10 torchberry plants, glowstone works, or 5, or something that's divisible by 10. We could use torches. Torches would be fine. The problem with torches is that they also have something else. So if I can find something that just is light, that would be really nice. But I sincerely doubt that I'm going to. 2s. Luminous blocks, spectral arrows would probably be here. No, spectral arrows not in this one, I don't think. Paintballs would be perfect, but that requires matter balls, and we don't have those. And then there's crystals and stuff. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna make some torches, and 2 torches, 1 coal, and a glowstone will work just fine. And I actually want to make like 2 of these for the time being, so we're gonna do exactly that. Now we also need a bucket for water, which I know I have a bucket somewhere. Don't I? I know I have a bucket. Where did I put it? This is not good. Where is the bucket? Okay. Not in there. This is really weird. Oh, it's probably back at the base. We also need flint and steel, which is probably also back at the base. If it's not, then it's in one of the chests in the front of our base, of the new base, rather, and we'll have to get that. But Anyways, Nitor is a light source or a heat source as well. At least it used to be. I can only assume that it still is. Kind of the idea is that you use Nitor as your heat source for the Crucible, which we want to do anyways because I don't want to have to deal with fire in our base. Then we can put Thaumcraft upstairs, and we might not have like the largest space for it. We might have to put some stuff other places, but okay, it must be. Oh man, I know I have a bucket somewhere. Oh man, so yeah, it's one of those things that's like using Nitor should work to get our Crucible working, and so that's why I want to make two. We are going to be using Nitor for other magical things as well, so it's good to kind of have a good supply of it. We're going to eventually be automating Thaumcraft. I don't know if we're going to do it all in this room. I think we might make like another building for it, just because the way things work. We're going to keep the like aesthetics of using, like for example, we're going to use a greenhouse for Botania, and we're going to try to keep with aesthetics like that. I know I have a bucket somewhere. Why do I not know where it's at? Am I this blind? Probably. Alright. Bucket. Can I use... I think I disabled that. There is a quick button hotkey type thing that helps. It's Quicksilver. That we can put in the other chest. Man, I don't know what is going on with this. Why can I not find and cinnabar ore? We might have used it when we made a kitchen counter. Is it just iron plates? It is just iron plates. Alright, well, let's just do that. We also need to get... We also need to get some things. Oh, there it is. Of course it is. I forgot when we did the... Was it the Fossil resonator? That is... We used liquid starlight, and that is where it went. So... One of these... Sorry that I'm, like, constantly opening chests. But I want to make sure that that is the only... Nope, we have netherrack there. Okay. So we're going to take a piece of netherrack for the time being. We're going to get away from our house. And... Fire, Crucible, all that fun stuff. And we just need to get some water. Once that boils, we should be good to go. So it's boiling. We throw the coal, torches, and we get Nitor. So everything else will kind of just sit there. Let's move the clover over here, and we can empty it, and that sends out some flux. So now we have Nitor, and we can also do some alchemy stuff. There is a lot of things. There's bad things, basic alchemy, place Crucible over heat source. Yeah, so Nitor does work. Add water, wait till it boils, add ingredients, throw in catalyst. Shift clicking with an empty hand empties the Crucible. Each crafting operation will consume some of the water, so you have to replenish it. You can use automation with that. Essentially, it doesn't does dissolve over time. It breaks down into its primal form, so you should wonder. You should shouldn't like take a while. Morphic resonator. I don't know what that is. Can craft multiple items at once. Yep, which we just did. Essentia crystals should be fairly easy to craft. All you need to do is break down a quartz crystal into small shards to act as growth medium. Simply dipping a shard into... Oh, so we can make any of the crystals by just... Oh, that's kind of cool. It does require more than what the crystals actually give, it looks, but... that might be a really good way to kind of clean things up. This won't be particularly efficient. It will probably cost at least twice the amount. So net loss of quartz. Okay. So that's kind of cool. So lots of things here at Basic Alchemy. And we can start working towards other things. We can also discover infusion and aromancy. Crafting objects with power with V has opened a new world for me. Yeah, I am not satisfied. Okay, so manipulating aura. So, should study the world around me and travel to its edges. There I'll need to visit the lowest and highest peaks. Okay. Well, let's do one of those. So probably scanning bedrock is one of the keys. And then can we make arcane stone? It requires a crystal. Don't know how to do arcane stone. So it looks like it is... I don't know. Is that like a certain crystal or is it any crystal? Might be any crystal. Might be a random. So what we can do to make this, we need any sort of stone. Let's grab that. Let's see. In here? Yes. And then we can get the crystals. We'll go up and see if we can't explore a little bit before we end the episode, but we'll wrap it up here in a moment. So, because there's not much more to do currently. We need to kind of set up the base a little bit better. Does it work for any? It does. Okay. That's kind of nice. So that's how we make arcane stone. That's something else we're going to need. And, yeah, there's a lot of cool things we can do from here. So let's get the Crucible. That is done. Claim that. Nitor. We have our Nitor. Claim that. The Thermonometer. Place items in chest. Scan the chest. Yeah, that is so nice. Used to be you had to scan everything. And then arcane stone. Cool. So that should allow us to get into some other things. I know Nitor is used to make... what was it used to make? It's used to make something. Astral... Right, we need Nitor for the astral crafting and the illumination powder. So yeah, Nitor is pretty important. We have a bunch of... Nope, those don't go in there. We have a bunch of loot chests, so we'll open those. And like I said, what we can do real quick is just travel up to some mountain peaks and then come back next time and do more stuff. So we have a green balloon from Mechanism. Cool. Resonant conversion kits. That's really nice. Just one. That is really nice. Alright. Can we scan those. Some red velvet cake. That's nice. And a dragon egg. That's cool. So that's something we might look into at some point. Having a pet dragon would be really neat. We'll put the books in... Actually, we'll put the books in here. Let's go ahead and put the cake away. And I realize we can scan all of this stuff. Cool. So with our backpack, we need to scan all this stuff too. And the bow. Awesome. Let's grab our stuff. And we'll pop up, I think it's this way, to get to really big, you know, mountains. And we'll see if this is enough. So I don't know, like, whoa, lag spike, really big one. I don't know, like, how much this stuff we need to actually do, but nothing's really new up here. Let's get the book and highest peaks we can find. So I don't know if that's a specific value or what, but we can go a little bit higher. And I know for a fact that we can go to the glacier. The glacier's really tall. So let's just get over this area and see if this is high enough for it. The world, cool. I think that's exactly what we needed. There is a dragon here. I think that's what that noise is. Yeah, there is a dragon underneath us. Ooh, that is scary. We're gonna get really far away from that. And yeah, that is gonna be it for this episode. Note to self: don't go to that mountain. There is a dragon there. So I'm gonna head back to the base, and then next time we are going to probably do some more Thaumcraft stuff. I'm gonna try to build some stuff up, and hopefully we can make more progress in all this. So that's the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!